And welcome back to the Quick Hands Rugby League podcast, episode 91. This is the final episode of season 24. Boys, welcoming in George and Artie. How are you, gents?
There you going, guys.
Life is over as we know it, baby.
I just heard the sound of a soul being taken.
Yes, the soul taken.
The soul
Dad.
taker.
Okay, so that's it. That was it. You know what I'm talking about, soul taking?
That was it.
That was it. That
That's
was
the
it.
sound. When you hear that coming, your soul is about to be taken.
That's a good one.
Unfortunately, the lovely Tanya won't be able to join us tonight, but she will be here with us next season, and we're looking forward to that. So we miss you tonight, Tan. All the best.
I feel empty.
Yeah.
I feel empty
Mate, we're
already.
going to miss you, Tan. Where are you? We're lost. We're running around like chickens with their heads cut off, mate.
She keeps us in line.
We've got nothing.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah.
So what time is it? What day is it? I'm lost. I'm confused. Where's Dr. Bombay?
George, where's season 24?
Unfortunately, Nicola, in the can, Nicola, in the can.
Yeah,
What do you got for us? We've got a little bit of a different format tonight. How about we throw it over to the boy Wonder?
Wonder.
I need something, yeah. Well, obviously, boys, it's the last episode of the year. We'll probably try and make little things here and there throughout, just keep everything live for the fans. But I figured I would make a little thank you video of another year 2 of videos. So that's pretty cool that I've been consistent. It was my friend, actually, who told me that most podcasts usually fail after like the first 15 episodes. So it's pretty cool that hopefully by next year we got almost 100. That's pretty insane.
We'll do something big for the 100.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah,
That'd
that's
be pretty
it.
cool. We can get if we went for 100, we could even go to that other place, that
Yeah.
other studio we did last time.
The Bella Vista Hotel.
Yeah, I remember I offered like that one. It was good. Got a little video for you guys. In case you're confused, the person in the video is the person that has sung the intro.
Oh,
the
nice.
artist. In case you're like, who is this guy?
Yeah.
So yeah, a little video, and then I'll get out your hair. But,
Thank you.
You won't get out of my head.
Yes, again. Another good year. Good job, boys.
The genius. So we're going to see the genius.
Is that what it's called?
The
artist?
artist.
I call him. Oh, the artist. Sorry.
artist.
We're
I'm
calling
gonna
him
be
the
the
artist.
The artist.
The artist.
When I met him, I go, oh, you're the artist. I heard his voice. You're the artist.
The art. Wow. It's Sachin.
It's the Quick Hands podcast. The Bulldogs used to be good, but that did not last. That's why Josh was up the Panthers, he's an outcast. And controversy is a corner we don't walk past. Knicks Ills have been in shambles since 86. Dragons haven't done no better, 2010's a clinch. Only team that's seen success is Panthers getting rich. The Bulldogs haven't touched the premiership this second thing. I'll pull up on our masculinity for some Uber Eats. It's time the alpha has to sit there for all his defeats. Friday night footy needs tidbits just to be complete. I'm off the bench when we on mics talking to trust the week. I ain't playing AFL, we only mess with league. Getting touches every time, we're killing every team. I'm super quick with all these hands, I cast them onto thee. Calling George, Nick and Arthur to the stage, please.
The artist.
Welcome back, guys. Well, it's really good to be back, guys. This week, it's in the can. Oh, well, it's really great to be back, guys. And welcome back, Tanya.
Oh, jeez. That's awesome.
Thank you, boy
So
Wonder.
good.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was great.
Oh, that's gold. That's gold. That's gold. Yeah.
All right, Georgie, over to you.
Nicola, the last 3 to 4 weeks in the pod, I've been humbled and we've been humbled as a group, our listenership. Beside off the bench, we did those soccer pods, which exploded. Numbers have been, again, off the charts. So I want to thank everybody who hanging in and listen to us. So we're entertaining. We're entertaining.
We try.
We try. The other thing is we got some correspondence, and I've held back some of them for this episode. So here's what some of the fans are saying, Nicola, and this is from the Preston boys. And for people who don't know, who are Queenslanders, Preston is somewhere not too far away from us, and they're probably West Tiger supporters, most of them, yeah. Or Preston, I guess so. Let's see what the Preston boys say. Hey boys, just message to say how much I enjoy the show and love listening to you guys' honest opinion about controversial topics. Every time I listen to the show, it feels like I'm learning something new. P.S. Oh shit, should I say that?
Say whatever you want.
Let's say he's not an Eels fan, and he's not a fan of Israel Man, let's say. So thank you, Preston. Thank you, Preston boys. Okay. So I'm assuming there's more than one that listen to us there. So you learn something. So you keep on listening. Keep on listening. This is someone called Jack. Do you guys think? Yes. This is I've held this for a couple of weeks. This is from the north of England. Do you guys think that Wigan Warriors can make the finals in the NRL? Artie, what do you think? Do you think they'll make the top 8?
Good question. I can't see why not. I think they can give it a shake. Definitely.
Yeah, I think they'll make that. I'm not sure about winning the comp.
I don't think about winning the comp, but I think they can give it a shake. Yeah,
I think
definitely.
So. They're in the grand final now, obviously.
Yeah.
They've been pretty consistent.
Mm-hmm.
So what they do is they beat the lower teams, smash them, and the top teams, they either have close games or they win. So that's more consistent than the other Super League teams. I say yes.
Yeah.
You don't watch enough, do you, Nicola?
Well, no, I watch probably nothing. No.
Okay, so okay, let's move on. So this is someone called Jason, and I'm not sure where he's from. Hey boys, it's going to be some sad days at work for me, since I won't have the quick hand men in my ears for a few weeks. Good luck with the return, and I hope you enjoy the break. No, I'm not going to enjoy the break.
It's going to be depressing, Jason. We're going to be walking around like, lost.
Yeah, Jason's I think from Queensland as well. And yeah, no, I'm lost already, Jason. And this is a regular listener of ours, Nicola. As we know, Pain in the Huss.
Yeah.
And welcome. Good to have you on board, Tanya. It's good to get a Brizzy-based voice on the pod. We agree.
Absolutely.
We agree.
Absolutely.
The boys have been out of hand recently. You have to whip them in shape. Trust me, she whips us in shape. So, Pain Tan, you got fans already in Brizzy Town. Thank you, Pain. I know Pain's a regular listener, Nicola. And I think I got this funny feeling I know who the Preston boys are, Nicola. The other two, I don't know. The guy from the north of England. I've held that one for a while, actually.
Oh, wow.
I knew that.
It's a good question, that one.
Yeah, you know what? I actually think they will. I don't know about the rest of the teams.
Yeah.
Like St Helens wouldn't make the 8. I'll tell you now.
No.
Maybe Sam's team will. Warrington. The only reason is how they play very NRL-ish. But I don't think that beside Wigan, I don't think any other the teams will threaten. But for now, that's me, Nicola. That's a bit of correspondence we're getting.
Good stuff. Well, let's talk the big GF.
Oh man,
what a game!
How good was it?
Yeah, I thought I'll go first.
Please.
Personally, I thought Melbourne Storm were ripped off. I think it's the worst refereeing performance I've seen in years. It was a miscarriage of justice. To be honest with you, I don't think Penrith ever looked like losing, even when they were 6-0 down.
Yeah,
for mine. They're just a machine that keeps on rolling.
It's crazy.
And I think if there were any doubters, and I've been one myself, you have to take your hat off to this team. They are just that damn good.
They sure are.
Yeah.
They sure are. It's like when Penrith got the lead, it's when Storm got the lead, Penrith just thought, okay, now we've got to work. And they just went bang. They scored within 5 minutes.
Yep.
And they scored again straight after that.
Yep.
So
Yep.
they're just an amazing team, Penrith. And what they've achieved, it's just, It's remarkable. Like you wouldn't see that in this era. Like it's freakishly good with the amount of players they lost. I heard a stat that in the team they had in 2020, there's only 9 players left from that team.
Yeah.
And that's an incredible
Was
stat.
9 players left or 9 players left the team?
9 players left.
9 players
They've lost
left.
11, I think.
Yeah, wow.
So that's huge.
Wow.
That's
Uh,
huge.
No other
massive.
team. No other
That's
team can hold
massive.
that.
And
No
they
other
haven't missed a beat. I mean, they did a little bit during the season, but not when it mattered.
And I think that's what it counts. And I think that's what Artie said during the year, that they've been playing in the pyjamas. And I was skeptical about that. I didn't think they could reach the pinnacle and go to that level. But how wrong am I? And you know what? It's a testament to Ivan Cleary.
Yeah.
And of course the players execute, but a lot of it's Ivan, and he builds a system for the team. But please, Artie, finish up what you thought about the game. And
Look, I thought Penrith could have even scored more tries. They bombed a couple of tries. I thought there was two line breaks where they made the wrong decision, and they could have easily scored a couple more. Storm did as hard, tried as hard as they can. They just did, but they were just exhausted in the end, weren't they? They were off their feet. A lot of defence in that game, but credit to Penrith. They cruised. It was the most cruisiest season I've seen a team go through to make the final. And I heard a stat today that they averaged 9 points against them in the last 12 games.
okay,
The last 12 games Penrith played, they averaged 9 points against them.
wow,
So they tightened their defence. They knew that was going to win them at the end, and it did.
they did. It did. Yeah. Nicola, I think it's undisputed. There's no question now. With four rings and 5 appearances, they're undoubtedly the best rugby league club. I'm not going to go team, club in the salary cap era. I personally would go a bit further. I'm not going to say they're better than that St George team, because that St George team, doesn't matter what era, they won 12. No other team in the world has done that, and we know that it's a little bit dubious how they did it apparently, but it doesn't matter. They won 12.
Well, the rules were different too.
Yeah, they won
It was
12.
unlimited tackle.
Yeah, they won 12.
It's a big difference in rules
They won
compared
12.
to then and now.
They
so.
won 12. But beside that team, undisputed for me.
Very hard to compare eras.
Yeah, no.
They're the best of this era.
Undisputed. But on this game, it was one for the purist, Nicola. For me, it was good versus evil. John Crease's evil ground game versus Ivan Cleary's system-based game. John Crease pulled every trick in the book, Nicola. Everything he had over the 15, 20 years he's coached them, he pulled that out on this game. And you know what? To their credit, the boys executed. Executed. And at the start, the first 15 minutes, how they're going to and fro, on the ground, I think that maybe the Storm had better of Penrith, but Ivan thought that let's attack their strengths instead of running away from their strengths, Nicola. Let's attack their strengths. So the Penrith kept on turning the ball under, coming back into the forwards. Nathan would run straight into the forwards like a front rower. They just kept on battering the middle. Okay, they were at the start. I thought Melbourne had them on the ground, but they got to that fatigue level where there was 50-50, and they were poking their nose through. Nicola, when things went to shit, they just kept on bashing the middle.
Yeah.
Just kept on going through the middle.
the guts.
They didn't spin the ball. They didn't go to the edges at all for the first 20 minutes. They just kept on going, and I'm going, what are they doing? I looked on the edges, and I can obviously see there was space. They kept on turning it back. In good ball, Harry Grant saw Nathan getting up a bit slow, and he dives over, and there's a try, and I thought that was against the run of play, Nicola, because they ran 60%. They had 60% of the ball, and Storm was only I think 30% in Penrith's half. No forwards. I repeat, no forwards of the Storm made over 100 metres. No forwards made over 100 metres. But when the try got scored, Nicola, I looked behind the post and the Panthers looked very calm. There was
I know.
There was no huffing and puffing and
It was scary.
Yeah. But and they got the ball and they really attacked Pappenhausen. I felt the body checks he was getting. I actually felt for him. They went after Pap. They went after Grant. They definitely went after Monster. Okay. So when the forwards are not going forward, the Dalian Player of the Year was unsighted for 80 minutes. He was unsighted basically. And then something beautiful happened, Nicola. Cleary came onto the right, came left side with Jerome, and they never partner up. And Cleary straight square hips, square shoulders, goes to the line, passes it has double leads for the first time. Has double leads, passes it behind to Jerome. He has double leads. This is something that hasn't happened.
And I don't think you'll see it again.
Oh, we won't. No, honestly, no, we won't. No, we won't. No, we won't. Two double leads on their hips. Passes to Alamati, swings around Alamati. Okay, the line's shot now. The line's shot for the first time. They've shot the line, and they scored in the corner. Then when that happened, well, then Penrith went to work. It was 6-4, but Penrith went to work. You know what I mean? They just kept on bashing that middle. And I say that because that's exactly what they were doing. And we're watching some footage of Storm spinning the ball, and Penrith had it in control every time. Tell me, when you've got Alamati and you don't rate him and you give him to Penrith for 150 grand, how'd that go for him? He was
great.
He was one of the best on the field.
How could you feel being him, eh? Last year he was in a team that finished third last, and this year he's in the team and he's got a ring now. 12 months later he's got the ring.
So this Penrith team, the pressure they put on, the continuous pressure they put on was enormous. And once they shot down the Stars, well, everything around them crumbled. Meany looked like a reserve grader. Poor, the other centre, what's his name again?
They were reserve graders.
Well, all year they were superstars.
They were superstars, yeah.
All year they were superstars.
You're talking about.
We're talking about. Well, no. They were super. They came into this game.
You're talking about one team with 3/4 of the team have won 3 grand finals in a row, and one team where 3/4 of the team have never been in a grand final.
They were the underdogs. Penrith were the underdogs.
Well, no.
I didn't think so, but they were the underdogs. Everybody was saying the underdogs.
Nah, come on.
Wait.
How can you be underdogs in your 5th grand final in a row?
Penrith lost twice to them this year, and Melbourne won the minor
Parramatta
premiership.
did the same thing. Were they?
Nicola,
They won the
the
minor
favourites?
premiership.
How often do the minor premiers win the grand final?
Nicola.
Have a look.
I'll have a look.
Wait, Nicola. You're telling me going into the grand final, Melbourne didn't come into the grand final with better form?
Penrith were the favourites.
Okay, let's forget that. They didn't come in with better form, Melbourne.
I don't think so. I think they were both as good as each other. I think both teams deserve to be there. But
Well,
Penrith were the
it's-
favourites.
Okay. I didn't think so. I thought they were going to win, but
last year.
3/4 of that Melbourne team is made up of players that other clubs didn't want.
yeah, but I thought they all those
And they
players
had a
that they
wonderful
won.
season.
They had a wonderful
They had a
season. They
wonderful
were
season.
minor premiers.
Hey, Nico, last year Penrith were minor premiers, the year before Penrith were minor
Yeah,
premiers.
go to the last 30
And they
years.
won.
Go to the last 30 years and tell me.
30 years?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Come on, man. You can't make me
Go
do
to
that
the
one
last
now. It's
20.
going to take me half an
Go to the
hour.
last 20 years and tell me how often the minor premiers win.
Coming back to the game.
Yep, sure.
The Ivan Cleary system, and make no mistake, it was the Ivan. How does a team completely change their style of play in a week, in a grand final week? How many training sessions do they have? Because their normal play of double leads, not many inside balls, and all of a sudden they're completely changed. They're going inside. By the way, they changed their defense to rush instead of up and out. They just went rushing in. Okay, rush and in, and it worked a treat. It was one for the purists. I can understand people who love ball movement and watch a rugby league game as a spectacle. I understand how they didn't like it, but the teams.
I enjoyed the game.
Different,
I thought it
yeah.
was a good game,
Well, you
yeah.
understand your rugby league. You understand rugby league. The two teams with their playing, and I'll give Melbourne one credit. They started playing a certain way, and they finished playing a certain way. They still tried to win the ground, even when they were losing. They were so fatigued because Kamaka Mifa came off in 15 minutes and he was unsighted. That other back rower who came on, that one we didn't know who dropped the ball the first touch. He actually dropped it 3 times. Okay, because he came on and he felt the pressure straight away. So there was pressure in the air. You know what I mean? And they told me would Nas make a difference?
But-
you know what?
but that-
He would have made a difference
That's kind of what I was referring to. Like that guy came on, he dropped the ball in his first
3
touch.
times.
Yeah, first grand final, first time under the spotlights.
Yeah, but
You know what I mean? That's what I'm referring to. When you've got that experience,
I'm with you.
it makes a huge difference.
I agree with you. I thought they were the favourite, and I thought
called stage fright.
I couldn't see how Penrith would lose personally. But
I don't think they ever look like losing. To me.
I think they had it in control from the very first
It's
minute
like
to the end of the minute.
they go to 10 and stay there
Yes.
for 80 minutes.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. In this one, they did, and what didn't help them. What didn't help them was the ball in play for such a long time. So Melbourne were hoping for breaks and set starts. That would have changed a little bit the game. But the minute you give Penrith ball in play and they're kicking down, and you're getting 30 metres out of your dirty ball, and Penrith's getting 60 metres in their good ball, and this continuous arm wrestle, they're going to break you down. And you know the good thing is, most teams, when they're down there for 3 or 4 sets and they don't score, they panic. Guess what? Penrith don't panic. They either give the ball back and go run it out, or they try to drop it into in gold. The other genius, Ivan Cleary genius is Toho and the other winger Taruva. They were going to be under threat with the high bombs. No problem. We don't need to jump for the ball. Let the wing, let Warwick and Coates get it, and we just corral them and tackle them.
I noticed that
It was
happening
brilliant.
all night. They never contested the
No.
bomb. They let them catch it and then wrapped them up.
So
That was great.
So that
That
was
was just-
because that was true.
Yeah.
They targeted Toho and they targeted Taruva, but guess what? Ivan found a way out. Guy's brilliant. The guy is. At the moment, he is the number one
that
coach.
was definitely
That was
definitely a planned move.
that was a
'cause I
planned
saw
move.
that happening all night. What did you guys think of? I thought it was a no try. What did you guys think of the no try call?
I didn't see
Right
the ball
call?
touch the
Yeah, I
try.
didn't
I
see
didn't see the ball
see it.
touch
I
it.
didn't
I
see
think it was a
either.
good
I
call.
looked. I looked 3
It
times.
looked initially at one stage it did. I thought, oh man,
Yeah.
that's. But then when you saw all the angles, they got it right.
I thought they got it right.
I think they got it right, and and that would have been against the run of play, and that's Melbourne for you. That would have been leading. If they scored that try, they would have been leading at that point, and that would have really been against the run of play and the run of the game. But longer the game went, more and more they were getting broken down, and because of fatigue. Because when you keep on bashing the superstars, keep on bashing them, be it physically, mentally, you're going to break.
And I made a comment to you earlier. I said it's starting to get boring now.
Well, I
And this is
disagree.
just winning every.
It won't happen again.
I
we got
disagree.
a new nickname out of that game.
What's that?
Cameron Muncher.
I don't believe he did. I don't believe he did.
What do you guys think of that bite?
I believe
Look, I was seeing double at the time, so it's hard to say. But I actually thought he had a really good game in a losing side. It was really busy, a lot of defence.
Monster.
Yeah,
Yeah, he did.
and they just didn't.
Same.
And in it, when with ball in hand, Penrith didn't allow him to be him. But I thought he tried real hard and he played real well.
You know which guy I think Penrith did a really good job on? That Katoa guy, the second rower. He usually, you see a lot more of him, but they kept him sort of quiet. But I thought Harry Grant was a standout for Melbourne.
Yeah.
He was
I thought
trying hard.
I thought they were all trying hard.
They were all trying hard, but like he was really, if anyone was going to make a difference in that game, it was him.
He was the one. He was probably the only one who had a decent game.
really good game, yeah.
You say monster. I think he got fatigued. I think because he hasn't played all year. I think fatigue really got him, and there was a few times that Nathan and
Mate,
Martin.
Nathan didn't play many games too, mate, leading up to that. And he, what did he? His
He's a
stats were.
halfback. It's a bit different.
Yeah, but 26 runs, 200 metres for a halfback. That's pretty,
Well, he
pretty
changed.
big.
He changed the game, and Ivan changed the game for him, and he was a lot of a ball runner.
Yeah.
The only Jerome wasn't a ball. Jerome wasn't a ball runner. He was more a distributor. But Nathan, because they targeted him. He was targeted. Make no mistake.
Oh,
Of
yeah.
course he was.
Yeah. That's and so you should
Yeah,
be.
of
But
course.
so what he did was just serve the back. He just ran straight
It was
out.
a bit of a
so they're going.
Cooper Cronk style from a
Yeah.
few years back.
Yeah, in a way. So they're going up and looking. He's going to pass and looking to stop his runners, but he'll just run straight into the pack, run straight into Hughes, or run straight into Harry. You know what I mean? Or straight right into Monster. And Monster has to get up, okay, and then someone will get up and run straight into him. Again, straight into Monster again, make another tackle, and then he would get up. They'll straight run back into him. He had to get up and get back up. They just kept on bashing, and like I said, once the Kings fall, everybody else falls.
Yeah.
And that's what they were wondering. The second try with when Martin burnt Monster, he was caught in no man's land and the bomb where Martin got again.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's just pure effort. That's just pure effort and heart. So he's a monster. He is a genuine monster. And look, 4 rings, and I just overheard you guys outside saying that there's no way in the world they'll win it again. I don't know about that.
Who knows?
I don't know because you know what? They just have to be good enough.
Yeah, but Luai, I think Luai's going to be a really big loss.
Yeah, no, he
He
will
will
be.
be. Cleary's got to adapt with the new half.
So was Kick out.
Yeah,
so
but
was
they've lost 2 spine players now. Appy, because they haven't really replaced Appy. Mitch Kenny's been good. He's been good, but he's no Appy.
He actually, well, no. He's no Appy.
He's no Appy.
But what he does, Ivan's changed the game, changed the format of the attack. Okay, now he is the key to the defense. So I said they use the rush defense. He's the key. He rushes, they follow. He's the one who sets the pace in the middle, and they follow him. Appy won't do that. Appy was never doing that. So he's changed the game. Yeah. Look, there's nothing like having Appy skewed out and play ball playing. And that's that's for them, for this team, it's perfect. And he was perfect for how many years?
Yeah.
But he's changed. He's changed
He's
the
going to have
middle.
to change with Luai now gone.
He's going to have to change.
Well, he's got-
and Blake,
That's why it might not be as easy as you think.
Blaze Talagi
Blaze is pretty good.
might bring something else entirely.
Yeah, true.
With Cleary. You know?
Yeah, you're right.
sorry. And with Taruva going,
Yes, that's another one.
well, there's 2 ready. There's 2 twins. There's a twin.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The McLean boys.
McLean boys.
They're pretty good too, yeah.
Ready to go.
Yeah.
Ready to go. So I don't know about that. See, the thing is that all year we've been saying that they look off, this and that. Who's going to challenge them?
Yeah.
All they have to be is good enough. They don't have to improve. They just have to be good enough. Because is Melbourne going to improve? Probably.
You know what?
They're going to have to improve.
Every year, one of the teams in the grand final usually struggles the following year. I can't see these 2 teams struggling next year. They'll be in the top 4.
Well, look at the last few grand finals: South, Parramatta, Brisbane.
Exactly, yeah.
Look where they all finished up this year.
Well, I can't see Melbourne or Penrith doing that next year. They're both 2 good, well-coached teams that were just going to
That's the
continue. I
thing.
reckon Melbourne's going to be even better next year.
I think so.
There's-
I don't disagree.
Yeah.
But
They'll learn a lot from that
but
game.
can they do what Penrith just done? Because the scores were close, but really the game was not close.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't close. Okay, even if they got in ahead, I'll guarantee you by the 80th minute, Penrith would have won. So they're going to have to improve. Woo!
Yeah.
They're about 20%.
But
okay?
you've got to give credit to Brisbane because they scored 26 points against the Panthers last week.
Yeah,
Last year and in the grand final, or 24 points. And Melbourne can only score 6. So
Different game.
Yeah, different game.
It was a
but
different
still,
game, different
You've got to
atmosphere.
give Brisbane credit. They were 24. What was it? 10 up.
I thought as a grand final, it wasn't really a memorable one.
It wasn't, no.
I thought last year's was so much more exciting.
Yeah,
Than
Exciting,
it
mate.
was grinding. It was a different type of grand final.
Different. They've won 4 grand finals in completely different ways.
Yeah.
And that's pretty
Against 4
amazing.
different teams, right?
Yeah,
You're
but
right,
different ways
George.
as well.
You're right.
but that's what I mean.
Different ways.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing. I mean,
Against
they've-
4 different clubs. That's a big feat.
They've flogged one, they've grinded one, they came back with another one. It's pretty amazing.
Wait a second, which one did they
what
flog?
we've-
It was 28-12.
28-12, sorry. It was a good 30 minutes. It was a great 30 minutes.
I'm kidding.
You know what? We are really watching history. We are blessed. We are really watching history. And I'll say it again. I, personally, since, I'm not going to say the 70s, but definitely the 80s, I've never seen a team play 80 minutes of that type of intensity. I haven't seen it.
As good as they are, and I'm not trying to take anything away from them because they're phenomenal, they just don't have that excitement factor for me. Like they win, they constantly win, but you know what I mean? There's no, like if you look at soccer, for example, you know those teams who win, but you don't see many.
Man City.
Yeah. You know what I mean? You don't see...
They win
You
everything,
don't
but
see
they're
the
not an
screamers.
exciting team.
You don't
Really?
see the 6-0s. You don't
Aren't they
see the...
star-studded? Aren't they
They are,
star-studded?
but they're not a fun team to watch.
Okay.
They win methodically.
I mean, as good as...
I understand what you mean.
Do you know what I mean?
I understand what you mean.
I don't see a lot of...
You know-
but that's because they're actually much better as a unit.
Yeah.
Like the system. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see... There's no... Like, you're not going to tell me Nathan Cleary is a future immortal.
I don't
In
think
that
he is.
team, like
at the
I
moment.
don't think there's anyone in that team who's
No,
like that.
I don't
you know
think.
what I mean?
I don't think there is
It's
at
like
the moment.
the whole is greater than the sum of its parts, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Whereas when you look at like you got like the Laurie Dailies or the Brett Kennys,
that
like,
team.
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, they're
like,
models. Yeah.
like Penrith are a better team than those teams.
Yes. Team.
But I don't see the excitement thing, the highlight reel thing from the last few years. You know, does that make sense?
Yeah. No, it does exactly what I mean.
I'm not having a shot.
No,
at it.
no. Like I say,
It's a different style.
there's no immortals in this team. I don't believe.
It's a different style.
Yeah.
you know?
I see Penrith as a team that just adapts. If they're going to play a boring team, they'll play boring. They play to the level that they need to win.
Yeah.
They won't play exciting all the time because it's going to burn them out. They're just going to play enough to win. If they need to lift their game and be exciting, they will do it. They did it against Parramatta in 7 minutes.
No, I know.
You know what I
have
mean?
to fucking remind me.
They've got two gears, and that's what's amazing about this team.
I think.
It was 9 minutes.
I
I've
think.
got the stats because it's one of my.
I'm kidding.
I think
points.
at the end of the day, we're going to realise how special. You might not get as many as Supercoach, but we're going to realise how special Ivan Cleary
yeah.
is. We don't realise it because we're
I've
in the
been
middle
saying
of
that
it.
for 2 years. You know that.
You have. Even before that, even at the Tigers, you said
He
that.
didn't get,
I think, and Nardi's been drumming this one for a few years. And what he say, quote, what does he have to do to get?
it's
and he didn't get it again,
No, he
which I
didn't.
don't
No,
believe.
he
I
didn't.
don't believe. But we're going to know, or we're going to realise in 5, 6, 10 years that, gee, he was a good coach.
yeah.
And he's a good coach because all this what you're watching is Ivan.
In my lifetime, he's to me my favourite, the best coach I've
I agree.
ever seen in my
I
life.
don't disagree with you.
I don't think anyone's come close.
Artie, I don't disagree with
I
you.
could make an argument for Duneman.
Duneman, look, he's still developing as a coach and as a player, but I don't disagree because I watch this Penrith team, and as Artie said, I don't watch superstars. I watch a system in work.
It's different, yeah.
I
It
see
is
a system
different,
I saw a system in play, and I was speechless for the first 10 minutes, thinking, why would he change the system? Because I know the system well. Okay, I watch it every week. Even when they lose, they still play the same system. I'm going, why would he change it on a grand final week? And after 20 minutes, I go, that's why he's changing it. I worked out why. Okay, and he did it. He did what he had to do. And John Creese, make no mistake, and that's John Creese is what's the Melbourne's coach?
Bellamy.
Craig Bellamy's John Creese. Make no mistake, honestly, joking aside, he pulled every trick out.
Well, that's his system.
Yeah,
That
and I
wasn't
love
good
it.
enough.
I love
That's
it. I love it. He tried on the ground. Go back and watch the first 10 minutes and see what they're doing on the ground. How they're peeling, how they strip it, how they're trying to keep him down. Chicken wings holding arms down. Every little trick they were trying, but they just fatigued and they just got slower. They got quicker. Like they were getting quicker up.
Which begs the question, forget about season. Let's just talk about when it matters. How do you beat Penrith? on the night, on the big night?
John Creese.
Cool. Brisbane nearly did.
I know, but they didn't,
Shit.
right?
They didn't.
Oh, no.
They
I know.
imploded.
That
So
was the
how-
closest we saw
how
him
do you
get
beat
beaten in the grand
Penrith?
final.
Yeah, John Creese said, they asked him and they said, you do your thing better than they can do their thing. He said,
No one's been able to do that.
yeah, he said, we know what Penrith do. Everyone knows what Penrith do. How do you stop them? You can't stop them.
It's like he's got a cheat code. You know, in a game, Ivan Cleary, just play the cheat code and
They're
you
just
win.
that,
You're a guaranteed
they're
win.
just that damn good.
I'll tell you the underlying reason, because we know rugby league is an emotional game and it's a mental game. And I heard one word from nearly every interview at the end of the game. Okay, the word was love. I love these boys. These are my boys. I love them.
Yeah.
This team is the more connected team than any other team in the competition. Now, quote, Craig Bellamy said, you got to be a good coach and have a good team to get in the top 4. After that, it's to win a comp is who is more connected. In other words, which team cares for each other more.
Well, they grew up
I
together.
saw a lot of that with the Storm as well, you know.
Maybe, but not enough.
Yeah,
Not enough, Fadi. Not enough. Not enough.
A
Look,
lot of those Storm boys, it was their first time at the dance.
Yeah.
You know,
There was,
some
yeah,
of
they'll
those
learn
guys
from
never
that.
even been in finals
Exactly.
before,
They'll
so
learn
they'll
from that.
be better for it. I don't know if they won't be at Penrith's level, but they'll be better for it.
I think so. I think I personally think to keep in the game, they were outstanding.
Yeah, they were.
I was waiting for them to crumble.
Yeah.
To crumble because definitely
They punched above their
Howarth,
weight.
yeah, definitely Howarth and Meaney, okay, Warbrick and the other winger who had a decent game, they crumbled.
Yeah.
What kept them going was the spine, who were absolutely off their feet, but they just kept on turning up. Harry Grant kept on turning up. Monster to some sort of point kept on turning up, and well, unfortunately, the halfback Hughes, he actually was unsighted, but it's just because they weren't going forward. That's why he was unsighted. You know what I mean?
I want to give credit to some unsung heroes in that game as well.
Please,
for Penrith.
please.
There was 3 young fellas, Liam Henry, Lindsay Smith,
Yeah.
and, he's not a young fella, Luke Garner, off the bench. I thought they were immense. They didn't miss much. When they came on, there was like nothing left. The intensity was still there. They were still bashing him, especially Garner. I thought he was sensational.
Can we
And
put Sorensen in there?
And so also he started
Yeah, but off the bench. Sorry.
off the bench.
I'm sorry, yeah.
So the intensity was always there. Like Melbourne thought they're going to get a break now.
Yeah.
These guys came on and continued the job. And this is like Liam Henry and Lindsay Smith. They haven't played many games, so they've lost Fisher Harris, but they've just gained an absolute superstar. This Smith guy.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be a great
Don't
player.
forget, they're
It took
getting
him a while.
Papali as well.
Yeah, that's going to be a good signing too.
It took him a few years to become a Panther, and he took Alamati all year to become a Panther. But definitely once they understand the system, because it's very complex.
Yeah.
It's very complex, and for forwards, it's more complex because the backs do it easy. They have to carry the ball out. Their job is to carry the ball out. Okay, so their job is very, very, very simple. The forwards have got a pretty complex job because they've got to be the leads. They've got to be the ball carriers. You know what I mean? Sometimes they get the ball, sometimes they don't get the ball. They've got to get to a position. So the forwards are usually the halves and the centers are the ones that are complex because they've got to be the runners or the line runners. But it's the forwards in this system. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a very complex system. It takes them a while. Anyway, I really enjoyed it. I love it. And when the hooter went, I started in depression. Those tablets are not working, honey. Those tablets you gave me are not working. So what can I tell you? What can I tell you?
I said to Tanya, she'll be listening to this on the night. I said, 38 effing years I've been waiting. And these pricks win 4 in a row. It's just not fair.
Yeah, look, I agree with you. I agree.
But like you said, George, we're witnessing something special here. This
Yeah.
is
we're
history.
watching
This
special
is
history.
And it's not
phenomenal.
over.
And we're not going to see another thing like this again.
No. You know those people who talk about the South Stays, and I think they just won 4 or 3 in a row, and that's the George team, and there's still some people who say we saw it. We're going to be saying we saw that Penrith team,
Exactly.
and they haven't finished.
Yeah.
Haven't
Just remember
finished.
how good Brisbane were those years with, when they had half the Origin team and Bennett was coaching. They won 92, 93. And we thought this team's going to get a dynasty. They couldn't even achieve 4. And that was a phenomenal team. That was a very good team.
Hey, that Canberra team.
That Canberra team.
team.
You know,
The-
Penrith's
Like,
done.
and I kind of think like that's what I was alluding to. Like as good as Penrith are, like the Steve Renoffs, Like, you know, these stand out, the Langer.
Yeah.
Like,
They haven't got him. They haven't got him.
you know what I mean?
They haven't got him. You're
That's
right.
what I was trying to
Yeah.
explain before. Like, they don't seem to have. They're a better unit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They don't seem to have as good at like those highlight reel players.
Nicola, they're not a pretty team to watch. They're not.
You know,
I told you it wasn't the most exciting game I've
They're
ever
not a
seen.
pretty team to watch.
You know what I found different about this year, and I found that the teams to compete against Penrith was of a lower standard than other years.
Yeah.
I think the other years, Penrith, Cowboys, you had about 3 or 4 teams that could have beaten them. This year, the only team I could see beating Penrith was Melbourne.
Yeah.
Everyone else really didn't come up short.
I don't want to take anything away from Penrith because you can't, but it just seems like the other team hasn't been there for the past few years. We haven't had that other. I mean, the fact that we've had 4 different opponents in 4 years tells you that they're kind of on their own at the moment in this run. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, when you look back over the years and you had the Canberra, Penrith, you know, you had Brisbane, St. George, Parramatta, Canterbury, Parramatta, Manly. You know what I mean? They've played, 4 different teams in a row. It's like that other team hasn't been there.
Yeah.
They've been up there by themselves. You know what I mean?
No, I know what you mean.
Everyone who gets there falls away.
So
Yeah.
is that the salary cap working or not working?
I don't know.
Must be
I really
working.
don't, I don't know. I think they're above and beyond every other club. But do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they
I know
haven't.
what you mean. I know what
They
you
haven't had that kind of equal level opponent. Whereas in decades past, you've always seen 2 or 3. And they usually play 2 or 3 in a row type of things. You know, like Melbourne Roosters or Melbourne Manly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They haven't played 2 teams in a row.
Never. Oh.
5 grand finals.
Storm
They haven't played
twice,
2 teams at
guess.
either end of the 5
Yeah,
years.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
And-
and to a degree, that's worked in their favour as well. There hasn't been another club that's been
Exactly.
anywhere near that level.
I know. And at the start of the year, I think we all both said it. We said I could see a rematch. Broncos challenging
That's
them
what
again.
I thought.
Both
But
of us. we
again,
thought-
when you look at where Brisbane finished this year, they just missed out, obviously. But when you look at South and Parramatta finishing 2nd and 3rd last,
yeah,
then these are teams that played in the last 2 grand finals.
exactly. And who?
So in terms of a Penrith opponent, they haven't had another good, consistent club that's been there. Everyone gets there and falls off and falls all the way down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the door's open to see who can fill that gap, but I can't see anyone filling it at least next season.
And what freaks me out is with the Brisbane team. Who did they really lose from last year? Like they had literally the same team. They lost
They had a lot of injuries, a lot of.
what's his
they had a
name?
very, very disrupted season.
the forward and the centre, Herbie Farnworth and the forward Flegler. They're the only 2 that really left. So very
Anyway.
disappointing from them.
Anything else on the big one?
I can wax lyrical for the next 2 days, but
know,
I really enjoyed it. No, it was dominant. Like Adi said, was history in the making. Relentless pressure, and I can't wait to next year to see, hopefully to see the same sort of scenario because I love that type of football.
Artie?
Yeah, it was fantastic. It was grinding. It wasn't the most exciting. It's not one that you're going to go and watch again and again. George will.
For the purists, for the purists,
it is.
for the purists.
But at the end of the day, Penrith won. Storm, unlucky. They were probably the better team all year.
Yeah,
But
I agree.
they'll learn from it. Next year, I think they'll definitely get the next step. Go the next step.
Nicola,
NRLW?
Nicola,
For me, it wasn't a very exciting game at all. But like I said, I was looking at it through goggles, so I was distracted by 8 other people in the hotel room. So a bunch of us got together, watched it, had a couple of bevs, and I don't remember too much, but it was a good night.
NRLW, mate.
Just before that, mate, can I give Cornelius his last flowers of the year?
Please.
Yeah, so he's given a couple of flowers in that game.
Please.
He gave it to, because I know Liam Martin got the award for the Clive Churchill, but Cornelius felt sorry for his AEO, so he gave both of them flowers.
I agree.
And he also had a sympathy one, a special flower for Harry Grant,
Harry Grant, yeah.
best player on the losing team.
I
So
agree.
they were his man of the matches.
I agree that.
What do you reckon, guys? They were the 3 best on the field.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think so.
Almost good as Manoli's picks, though.
Cornelius is getting good. He's actually
He's
picking
watching the
them.
games
He's
now.
watching
huh?
the games now.
He's not only watching the girls. You know what? He would have liked it because of the jersey.
The pink, yeah,
the picture.
exactly.
Loved
He
it.
was very, very happy.
Loved it.
Yeah.
The NRLW,
Ladies.
Nicola. You know what? What a game! You watched
game.
it? All I can tell you is this.
The Roosters won that one, right?
Yep,
Yes.
the Roosters won that game, and at that night, Nicola, what are they called? The Fendi handbags were flying off the shelf, and the martinis were going at the Bondi Junction hotel. What a game!
Let me just give you a bit of a rundown on this, right?
Go
Nick?
for it.
Half time, 24-0 Roosters.
Game over.
24-0.
Game
right?
over.
Then it's got 20 with 5 minutes to go. It was 26-24. Roosters were winning by 2.
Yeah.
So Cronulla came back to 24-26, and it took a last minute try to the Roosters to get it to 32-28. Like it was an absolute cracker of a game because from 26-24 it went to 32-24.
Yep.
And then the Sharks scored to make it 32-28, and there was like a minute to go or 2 minutes. So
In the modern day, it's
an
never over.
awesome
is it?
comeback from the Sharks. It was.
It's never over in the modern day.
No,
It's
it's
never
never.
over.
And credit to the girls.
Yeah, after the first half, Nicola, I went to make a tea. I didn't think much. I went and vacuumed the house. I didn't think much, and I saw the reflection from a mirror, and I saw the score, and I go, "What?"
Yeah.
And I ran in front of the television, Nicola, and the second half it was on. Now, how dominant the Roosters were the first half as the second half. Infectional, like they weren't there, they weren't present, and Cronulla just kept on scoring tries, but they weren't good enough. And at the end of the day, I think, if I'm not right, Adi, they were the better team over 80 minutes.
Oh, yeah, the Roosters.
Yeah,
for sure.
And they're star-studded.
That was their 4th grand final, so we should have seen maybe we could see the signs that Penrith are going to win the 4th as well.
Maybe the Roosters women's team can play against the Panthers next year.
They'll do really
We'll call
well.
it
Yeah,
we'll call it the intergender cup.
Now, I'll just say one thing that in terms of the progression of the NRLW, their skill level, because they're athletes. All the girls are athletes, but their skill level and their knowledge of the game is improving with every season. And next year I expect it to even go to a higher level, because I think every team, even the team that came last, which were the Tigers, I thought they were competitive. So
They came last in the women's as well.
Yeah. I want to know one thing:
Why am I laughing?
how the Dalian Player of the Year and probably the Clive Churchill Medal, and it's not called Clive Churchill for the women's. I forget her name now.
Claudette Churchill?
No.
joking.
The second rower. Do you remember the?
No.
Didn't make the Australian team. I have no idea. I forget her name.
You're telling me the player of the match in the grand final didn't make the Australian team.
And the Dalian Player of the Year. She didn't make the Australian team. So
You wonder why I don't watch it.
And the other thing is that I know that the Parramatta team were 9 of them were rookies, and they did get the Rookie of the Year. She did get the Rookie of the Year, but they from a team not winning the game all year last year to winning more than they won more than they lost, and they just didn't make the four and against. How none of them made the squad, nor the future Greek immortal coach George Arliss didn't get a mention. I have no idea. But anyway, it was a good game. I loved it. I want more.
Bit of trivia, guys.
Tell me.
Something happened special in that game.
What happened?
Okay. There was a lady named Millie Elliott.
Yeah.
She became the first woman and just the second person to win premierships in 3 different clubs.
Glenn Lazarus.
You got it.
Yeah.
She won 2 with the Broncos, 1 with the Knights, and she won it with the Roosters. There was one other person that's done it with 3 clubs. Who's the other person?
Glenn Lazarus.
There you go. So a women's rugby league lady, Millie Elliott, she's the new Glenn Lazarus. There you go.
And Millie was outstanding on the day.
Good on
She
her.
really carried them forward. She was the linchpin. She was very good. And who's the front rower for the Cronulla, the blonde-haired girl who caught that ball? She got a ball and she caught it between her knees. Nicola, she was through the line and she pulled it up and she called the trials. It was I don't know. I enjoyed watching it. Every set had something interesting. Kerrigan, her name is the back row who didn't make the Australian team, I think.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know, mate. I don't know. But I enjoyed it. It
What
was
happened? What happened in the State Cup?
good. The State Cup was interesting.
Yep.
Wasn't that interesting?
Very good game. I thought, to be honest, I walked away. I thought Newtown Jets finally won a grand final.
I
Good on.
thought so
Good to
too.
see the Jets win. But last minute, mate, Oren Keeley scored a try.
2 tries.
2 tries.
scored
And
2
he
tries.
scored 2 tries on the day, but got the winner in the end and gave them their first ever victory. Wasn't it? The Bears?
Really?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
First ever NRL state championship title, on Sunday.
Okay.
Simultaneously putting the Queensland, there was a 7-year drought.
Okay.
The Queensland team haven't won it for 7 years. They've broke the drought and they've won their first one, the North Devils. So good on them.
It was actually a high standard game. I didn't think that the Queensland Cup team, Nicola, could match the New South Wales. I just thought we had a better comp here, but no. No, we haven't. They're an outstanding rugby league team. He mentioned Keeley. Is he on any? I know they're feeder club for the Dolphins.
Yeah.
But if he's not in the team next year, I'll be a monkey's uncle. He
Well,
was
they've got some
he was the
pretty good
difference.
players, the Dolphins.
I
Where
know,
are you
but
gonna put
he was outstanding, Adi. And on for Jets, the winger who plays for
Stone
Cronulla,
Street.
he was out. He scored 3 tries.
Yeah,
I
he's a
think
good player.
he was outstanding. And let's not forget the future Greek immortal Billy Magoulias.
How many future Greek immortals are
There's
there?
plenty of them, mate.
Plenty around, mate.
Jeez.
Billy Magoulias continue. He didn't do the chip and chase and win the game for him this year, Nicola, like he did previous years, but he was outstanding.
He was.
What can you tell us about the Super League?
Adi, go
Do you
for
want me to do it?
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
Sure, mate. So we had the 2 knockout games. The 2 winners got to the grand final. The first game was a cracker. We had the Hull Kingston Rovers 10, the Warrington Wolves 8. Now, it was 2 tries each.
Yeah.
And it was only a goal kick that won them the game in the end. Have they got the 2-point field goal rule there?
Yeah.
They do. Okay. Well, Hull scored their first points in the first half.
Yeah.
It was a game of 2 halves, really.
Yeah, it was.
And Warrington scored the 8 points in the second half. So, unfortunately for Warrington, they missed a goal, and it ended up being 10-8. So, Hull Kingston Rovers, who finished second in the league,
Yep.
got into the grand final. The other game was a bit of a doozy. It was a Wigan Warriors, 38, playing the ugliest jerseys in the world, Lee Leopards. A donut. They absolutely got 0, 18-0 at half time, and the Leopards just went on with it. The ugliest jerseys, maybe the jersey turned the ball off them because 54% completion rate. They kept dropping the ball.
Yeah.
Maybe had fur on the jacket, on the jersey. Maybe the ball was slippery. But Wigan, 93% completion rate, mate. So that's pretty good, impressive. So will they go good in the NRL with stats like that?
I think so.
I think so.
I think so. There's not much to say about that game, Nicola. Wigan were just a far better rugby league team, and the Lee Leopards were lucky to be in a prelim. But the other game was very interesting.
Yeah.
Sam gutted. Absolutely gutted.
What a first season, though.
Look, they said that. Look, you're in the final of the RFA Cup, whatever they call Challenge Cup, and you're in the prelim. He goes, well, for a first season, you're really good. And this reminded me of you. He goes, yeah, I didn't come from Australia to come second. That's what he said.
That reminded you of me.
Yeah. Okay. And he goes, what'd you tell the boys? He goes, not good enough. We have to improve.
Why?
He walked in, apparently said, not good enough. We have to improve, and just walks out.
That's my favourite
just
line. I didn't come here to lose.
So he just reminded me of you, Nicola. So I'll tell you what, a future NRL coach, 100%, and a future winner, and that team, which is a good team.
Second place is the first loser.
So I think that's what it was
So
alluding
you know what
to.
I hate? Just to make the Olympics, how that you win gold,
Yep.
you win silver, you win bronze. To me, that's bullshit. You win gold, you receive silver, you receive bronze. That's how I look at it.
That's it.
Second place is the first loser.
Yeah, so I agree. So expect better from Warrington next year. I'd be putting my house on them. I think, and look, the game was outstanding. It was great. It was they absolutely battered each other. It was so good. It was so physical. And the English game is just more physical than
Yeah, they get away with a lot more, right?
I'm not sure if they get away with it.
No,
but
like in terms of it's refereed looser.
No,
Is that fair?
it's not referee looser.
I don't watch it.
But what it is I think the way they play, just the way they play, they play a little bit more condensed. They don't play more condensed. It's more directed. So he's going to take it up. There's There's no deception. There's no lead runners. And when they spin, they just do straight spins. They don't have leads. Wigham has and Warrington has, but the rest don't. Okay, so they play very NRL-ish, those two teams, but the rest don't. Even St Helens, because they've got an English coach, they don't really play NRL-ish. You know what I mean? But I loved it. I can't wait this week for the grand final because the only thing I've got to watch.
That is the grand final, mate. Hull Kingston Rovers and the Wigan Warriors both finished 1 and 2. So just like the NRL, the Super League's the same.
And I think Hull...
Who's your tip, mate?
I think Wigan will win, but I think Hull's got them twice this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Hull's got them twice this year.
Be a good game.
Looking out for that one.
Correct.
Now, let's get to my favourite part of the last episode of the season.
Before we go there,
The awards.
we've got to say a couple of guys that are retiring from the final series. So we've got Luai and Taruva, who's retiring from the final series. They won't be playing there for a while, so I just want to
Bit
congratulate
harsh.
them. Nah, mate, he's joking.
Bit harsh.
Just wanted to throw that in.
Congratulations to Luai for winning his last ever premiership.
That's it, mate.
I don't think he might. I don't
Taruva.
think he might not win a premiership, but one thing I do know, he's going to change the fortunes of the Tigers. I know that
that's
for a
it.
fact.
They'll be a different side next year.
Absolutely.
Let's giddy up now. I know where
Let's
you're
do
going.
it.
I know where you're going,
All
Nico.
right, the Quick
This is the
Hands
fun.
Awards
Yay!
for
The
season
fun part of the night.
24. This is where we all individually choose who we think the award should go to. And this is the legitimate one, not the crap that you see on TV, right? So let's start with the best coach. Arthur, I'll start with you.
Yeah, pretty easy one, mate. Come on.
I think we're all going to be in alignment on this one.
Look, Cleary, what he achieved is pretty special.
Yep.
Bellamy had a fantastic season, and kudos to him for finishing, finishing with a minor premiership.
Yeah.
But what Cleary did was something special. So easy choice for me.
George?
Nicola, minor premiers are one thing, but rings are the aim of the game. And Ivan's got 4 of them in a row. And when you look at his team, and you said it, not full of superstars, perceived superstars, maybe
Tells you, reflects on him.
reflects on him. And everything you see, usually from a team, is a reflection of a coach, should be. And Ivan's the best coach in the game at the moment.
Yep. And I agree with that as well. Ivan Cleary, hands down. So underrated, it's not funny. Worst coach of the season, Arthur?
You want me to go first again?
Always you.
I'll flip it around.
Always you.
Okay. Well, unfortunately for this poor fella, he got sacked last week before the grand final, and it's my vote is for Kevin Walters. He had a really good star-studded side, and there was no excuses for not making the 8. Just the 8 he should have at least made, and he failed. So he was my vote for worst.
George?
You know what? I say this like I talked about the Parramatta coach with a heavy heart, because I think we all like heavy, but when you got a team on paper like that, if you're not making the 8 at least, now I think probably sacking him was a little bit harsh, but yeah.
Do you guys think he was worse than Jason Demetrio?
That's not the question. No. Yes, I do, because I look at lists.
I think Jason would have done a better job if it was the Broncos.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but all I know is when you look at the lists, yes, his star side. Last year he was in the grand final. Yeah,
Fair enough, yeah.
What about yours, Nick?
Trent Barrett.
poor Trent. He was just
No, all
he was
right.
a media. He was a media.
All right, fair enough.
He
Brad
avoided the
Arthur.
spoon.
Brett Arthur.
He avoided the spoon.
Brad Arthur.
Brett Arthur.
George, most underrated player of the season.
You know what? I'm gonna say this, and you're gonna disagree. I think Iro. I love Iro.
Yeah.
And,
Kale Iro?
Yeah, the youngster.
Underrated.
Well,
I think it's been great.
I think it's been great too, but I don't see any fanfare like Calvin or Galvin or others we're talking about. I think he's really underrated. I really do. I think he's a superstar waiting in the wings.
Oh, you're going to laugh at my one. I think Elise Katoa was absolutely outstanding, but I don't see the second row from Melbourne.
Okay.
But I don't see people talking about him as highly as other back rowers. And I think he's an absolute freakish player.
Is it his second year there?
I don't know, but if it wasn't for Jerome Hughes getting all the points, because he did, Jerome Hughes was outstanding as well, and he had a superstar in front of him, he would have got a lot more points in the Daily M's, Elise Katoa. So I think he's an outstanding back rower.
Yeah, no, he is. He's okay. It's sort of like Iro. Like I think highly of him.
Yeah.
But I understand what you say. He's underrated. Is he?
You don't hear his
Tongan?
name as often as you hear other back rowers.
Yeah. Okay.
I think my one's going to be a little bit controversial.
What's that?
Go
Because
for
I
it.
think a lot of people may disagree with me. I say Jerome Luai.
Yes.
Yes.
I think he's
Yes.
my most under. I think he's had a outstanding season.
He
Yes.
showed it this year. Yeah.
And I don't know that he's getting the credit for it. And it's probably a little bit because of how he is, but he hasn't been like that this year.
He's not like
That's big for you, mate. You used to
matured.
bag him a couple of
Well, hey.
in the earlier in the pods.
What do I say? This is the pod that tells it like it
That's
is.
it,
I
mate.
am the man who tells it like it is. I give credit where credit is due.
Good on you.
And I think for me, he's been the most underrated this year. I think he's had, when you look at Penrith, you look at Origin, I think he's been phenomenal.
absolutely.
Especially since Cleary was absent for so much of the season.
That's probably the
he
best
really-
call from all.
And he really took over.
Yeah.
And I think, I don't know that he got the credit he really deserves this season.
Great call.
Nico's probably got the best call from all of us. Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Arthur,
Oh, here we go.
I think we're all going to agree on this. Arthur, most overrated player of the season.
Most overrated player.
Yeah.
He's. I hope Tanya doesn't kill me, but it's Ben Hunt.
Oh, okay.
Ben Hunt. All we hear about, he's got the most assists, mate. He came. The guy that came second was Drinky, and Drinky gets much more less touches than Ben Hunt. Ben Hunt touches the ball 90% of the time on the last tackle. And Zach Lomax getting his bombs out of the air is what's made him look better than what he is. But to me, he's my most overrated player this year. He's had
That's
a terrible.
harsh. I think that
Oh,
was
I think
harsh.
he's terrible. He doesn't deliver, mate. When the big games counted in the end, he didn't deliver.
There's no St. George bias in there whatsoever. Right?
It was disappointing to have the team in the 8 and deliver against 3 bottom teams out of the 8 and not get you 2 points. That's pretty poor, and that was on him. That was shit.
Yeah.
$1 million player.
How about, How about
Wait a second, my phone's ringing. Hang on a sec. What? Tanya? No, I can't slap him on air. George.
No, how about you go? Because my one might be a bit of a discussion.
Nico Hines.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. I sort of I wanted to keep away from Nico. My first thought was Nico as well, but I didn't want to go there because I like Nico.
I'll swap him.
I don't dislike him.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay. My one, you might disagree, but there's a reason why I say this. Ponga.
What?
And again, there's nothing personal. No personal bias there.
No, nothing at all.
Why?
Why? What do you mean?
Overrated.
Absolutely.
How?
Okay, so he plays quarter of the season usually.
Yeah.
Okay, he's the highest paid player in the game.
So last
Okay,
year,
and everybody talks him up like he's a godlike figure.
well,
Okay, and he won the Daily M last year, absolutely for 5 games.
didn't that quarter of the season get his team into the semis and save his
Exactly.
coach's job?
Well, look,
Pretty
maybe,
big feat.
maybe save the coach's thing. I think he's
You
overrated.
don't think he had a good year this year?
Well, no, yes, he did. I'm not saying he's not a good player.
No, fair
I'm
enough.
just saying that the media talk him up like he's a god.
Fair enough.
And you know what? His pay packet tells us
Yep.
that he should be the best player in the comp, and he should steer him into grand finals every year.
There you go.
A lot of it has to do with the team he's in.
Yeah,
It's not exactly a great team.
yeah. But when you get that type of money, because let's say the guy who does do that, Nathan gets 1.
Don't compare him to Nathan.
Okay, you're right. 'cause-
Nathan's surrounded by a premiership winning team 4 years in a row. Ponga plays for Newcastle.
Okay, you think Nathan will change?
Seriously.
You think Nathan will go to another team and change their fortunes?
No.
No. Okay, fair enough.
Have you seen?
Do you?
I think he will. Yeah.
Have you seen Ponga play in Queensland? It's pretty
Yeah, I
good.
have.
It's very impressive.
I have.
I've seen Nathan play 16 times for New South Wales, and he hasn't changed their fortunes.
Absolutely, yeah. He hasn't. I didn't say he was any Sterling. I didn't say Nathan was Sterling.
That's your
But
opinion.
hey,
mate.
everyone's entitled to their opinion.
Yeah,
That's it.
I
What do you
think.
say?
I think he's
Everyone's got an
overrated.
opinion. It's like an asshole.
Opinions like an arsehole. Everyone's got one.
That's it.
And that's why we love it. George, I'll go back to you again. While you're having a sip of your drink. Sorry about that.
No.
Toughest player
Mitch
this
Barnett.
season.
Mitch Barnett. I love him. He's a warhorse, Mitch Barnett.
Yeah.
He drags teams over the line, and we saw what he did in Origin. So he just keeps on coming.
Arthur?
Mate, with a head like that and a face like that, it's got to be Cam McInnes. Mate, his head is like the carpet. I reckon every player has stepped on it and everything, but he's still smiling at the end of the game.
He's missing teeth.
Missing teeth. That is a tough hombre, mate. He's one of the toughest guys.
Absolutely.
Go, Cameron.
I've got Liam Martin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Every one of them. Absolutely.
You
All
can
of them.
make an argument for each one of them,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Arthur,
Oh,
dirtiest
no.
player of the season.
Give me
Yeah.
something, Artie. Give me something funny.
Oh, no. This is the dirtiest player. I've been annoyed with him.
It's going to be a Melbourne player.
Yeah.
I knew it.
Well, they are the dirtiest team in the comp.
The dirtiest team.
Well, Ric
Harry
Flair,
Harry
the dirtiest
Grant.
player in the game.
Harry Grant.
Really?
I think he's a
He's a
leg
grub.
puller.
He's a grub. He's a grub.
Stays in the ruck.
He's a grub.
He's just. I don't know. He's just
He's
got
a
every.
grub.
He's got every trick in the
Every
book.
trick of the book.
He's smart. What he does is
I
very
love him.
smart. He
Love
never
him.
gets caught. That's why a
Love
lot of
him.
people don't think he is.
Love him.
But he's very good. He's very
Yeah.
good at what he does.
Yeah, love him. Love
Cameron
him.
Smith's book.
Oh,
He knows the. He knows it too
Perhaps
well.
not too far away from him either.
Who?
Papanel, not too far away
Yeah, I
from
know.
them for a grub.
He's good at it. He's a good player though.
Yeah, yeah.
He's just dirty.
You know what? Who I've got? I'm going to scrap it. I'm going to go. I'm going to go.
Harry.
He's one of the best. Huh?
Yeah.
You know what? When what's his name? The coach for Melbourne drives to training, John Creese. You know, he sits next to him in the car, picks him up. Harry. Harry's next there. Actually, I had the Canterbury hooker. But
Reed Marnie.
But yeah, he's not dirty.
He's not dirty. He's just a
No,
niggler.
that's just
Niggler, yeah. You know what? I'm going Pap. I'm going
That
Harry.
Roosters game, he was special that game.
Oh,
that was his best class
yeah,
performance.
yeah.
I'm basing my choice off dirty stuff that we've actually seen,
Yeah.
and I'm going Latrell Mitchell.
What?
Ooh.
Yeah, look at the crap he did on field in the first half of the season. So any suspensions with those cheap shots that he did.
Yeah, the cheap shots.
Right.
Yeah, he does do the
I didn't
cheap
see
shots.
Harry Grant do that to anyone.
He's a cheap shot specialist.
Cheap shot artist.
Yeah, he's a cheap shot. He's a specialist.
My opinion.
No, you're
That's
right.
fair enough.
Specialist.
Yeah, that's the
Specialist.
one, yeah.
Specialist.
George, what was the best comeback of the year, player or team or
Or game?
game?
I'm going to go player, and I'm going to go Brooksy. The whole decade,
13 years.
13 years in
Yeah.
the wilderness, and all of a sudden, not only his team made the semi-final series, and he played. He didn't know how he felt when the comp finished. He had to play again. I might play next week. He didn't know what he was doing.
He had the Weber out.
He actually played well. I've got to pay it. I was trying to look for cracks. There's not many cracks to look at. So I'm going to go Brooksy to give him credit, to bow to him.
Artie, best comeback player or team?
I've got a game.
Hey,
Round 23.
yeah.
Parramatta 34, Panthers 20. 73rd minute. To'o. Try.
Oh no.
75th minute to River try.
Oh, no.
76th minute in 3 minutes. That was 16 points. Penrith won 36-34.
Thanks for reminding me.
Sorry, mate. That 3 minutes was just mind blowing. It was just bang, bang, bang. It was just,
Well,
what?
I've got one that's even better.
Oh no.
They didn't win the game, but Dragons against the Eels.
What's it with the Eels?
5 tries in 10 minutes.
Oh, there.
I don't know if I've ever seen that.
Yeah. Oh, we were freaking out. We were amazed.
Hey.
We were throwing bottles, this and that, and then all
I
of a
didn't
sudden,
think I could feel any worse than I did 2 minutes ago. Thanks, guys.
What was the worst coach of the year? You said Trent Barrett. Was
Trent
he part of
Barrett.
those two
Trent.
games anyway? Yeah.
Trent. Go
The
Trent.
next one, George, I'll go over to you. Fallen player of the year. So what we mean is fallen from grace, right?
From last year
Yeah.
to this year, he's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
dropped.
Look, I've got two. I'm not sure about the second one. Definitely the first one, Israel Man. Had a great year in the last year. We saw what he did in the grand final. This year, I know there were some injuries, but I think he was missing this year. And Nico, but Nico again with my heart in my mouth. But he's not the same person he was when he won the Dally M. Yeah, but I got Israel Man and Nico.
Arthur?
You're going to say mine's controversial, but same team. But Reece Walsh last year was outstanding, and this year he was very quiet. He didn't have a good season at
Has
all.
it got anything to do with the nail polish and the sunglasses?
Maybe, but Madge has got a bit of work to
Madge
do.
will
He's
sort that
already
out.
going to rip him apart. Yep.
Well, for me, I got Nico
Nico, fair
because
enough.
he's been in free fall for 18 months.
Yeah.
Free
Hurts me.
falling.
When I hear say that, and when I heard Nico say that, it hurts me.
This
It
one,
hurts me because I like the guy.
this one,
I like the guy.
you don't have to sell this shit because it kind of sells itself. George, I'll go with you first.
Peanut of the year.
Peanut of the year.
Peanut of the year. Well, look, the first candidate for me is Latrell because I just think he's a peanut. I just think he's a peanut. I'm going to go Billy Walters.
Billy Walters.
Billy Walters, when his dad got sacked and he said, "I'm not playing for the club anymore," this and that. I don't know.
Yeah.
For me, it's a peanut, but I'm sure there's more than that.
Hardy?
I've got an interesting one, all right? We love our rugby league.
Love the rugby.
And if we had a job where we just watched rugby league, wrote about it, went on a show,
Oh yes,
but decided to have an argument and fight a tree
Yes.
and get that was disgusting. So to me, Kenty is the peanut of the year,
Yeah.
honestly. And the guy bags rugby league players for doing shit, mate.
Yeah. It's just interesting.
Hold my beer.
and
He
It was,
just did
it
the
was only
same.
just a couple of weeks ago. I actually went out to Totti's for dinner with a few friends, and afterwards we were out the front. And the tree happened to be there.
There you go.
Across
Did
the
you want to
road.
fight it?
No. I went
Well,
over.
spoke to him.
I went over and had a chat with it.
Yep.
Yeah. And the tree goes, "Look, man, hand on heart. I was just standing here minding my own business. He attacked me. Yeah. So yeah.
can I just
That's embarrassing.
Tree
man.
claims self-defense.
can I just throw my 20 cents in? I'm wrong. Artie's right, like always. Imagine making your money out of something
Oh,
you
yeah,
love,
exactly.
waking up and doing something
Yeah.
you love, and for some unknown reason throwing everything away. you
After
know.
criticising everyone else for
Everybody
the
else
last
for
10
doing,
years.
yeah. And the problem with him and Buzz, because they're opinion piece writers, so they better be squeaky clean, and they're not. So I'm with you, Artie, all the way. I should have rang you. I should have rang you during the week.
My peanut of the year might as well be the peanut of the decade. And it's Josh Adokar.
Hey, yes.
Artie, who's the buy of the season?
By a mile, Stephen Crichton. What he's done to the Bulldogs, captaincy, everything, he's lifted that team. So mine is Stephen Crichton, and I had a very close. Connor Tracy was there as well, and I also had Brooksy. I was out of those three, but Stephen Crichton.
George?
I'm going to repeat what Artie said. By a mile, Stephen Crichton.
I've got Stephen Crichton.
Yeah, by a mile.
Very hard to argue with that.
Yeah.
Worst
He
buy
wasn't
of the
cheap.
year, Arthur.
He wasn't cheap.
No, it wasn't.
Worst buy of the year.
Yeah.
Oh, look, not many people know much about this guy, but I had so much hopes for this kid. Jaden Sullivan.
Oh, I had the same thing.
I thought he was going to have a breakout year this year because he had so much promise, and he was really disappointing. And he only had a young kid named Lachlan Galvin to compete against, and Galvin absolutely outplayed him. So
Yeah, he's going to be in the more.
Jaden Sullivan, and he's on 500k. He was on good coin, so he's not cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got Sullivan to Nicolay, and I'm going to throw Jackson Polo in as well.
Yeah.
Went
Jackson Polo.
yeah, he went to
The South?
Manly.
Oh,
Yeah,
Manly.
he went from the Cows. He went from Manly to the Cows recently, but by far, Sullivan by far.
Okay. Well, I've got Trent Barrett. So moving right along. Bargain buy of the season.
Oh, there's only one for me.
Yeah.
Bargain basement seller.
Bargain means they weren't expensive, right? It was a good,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Go say, man.
Amorotti,
Yeah.
yeah, 150 grand.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's hard to go past that.
Exactly.
Under me.
I had Jake Averulo at the Dolphins.
Yeah, don't know how much it went, but yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
The team that overachieved, Arthur, this year.
Okay. I don't know. I hope you agree with me, but I think the Dragons. They won games that they shouldn't have won. They got flogged by teams that they did win. I think their standing on the ladder was really not a true reflection of
I think it
how
is.
bad they were. No, they got flogged too many times, mate. They were getting flogged. They did win some games, but
When they were good, they were
flogged
good.
way too many.
Okay.
Yeah, but when they were bad, they were
Okay.
worse than Para.
Okay.
George?
I must be off the
Overachieving
mark.
team of the season.
I thought it was Knights, but I must be off the mark.
They made the finals.
Yeah, I know they made the finals,
go.
but the first part of the year was like you said, they were getting hammered, and they had that good run at the end that pushed them in the A. But
Well, I'm close to Artie, not exactly. I'm going to go with a team that overachieved because really it came down to the last game, and I've got the Tigers. Because they almost avoided the spoon. No, I'm joking. I've actually got Manly. I thought they overachieved.
they did. They probably did overachieve.
But the Tigers overachieved as well because it came down to the wire. It came down to the last game.
True.
Team that underachieved for this season.
It's easy.
I actually have two.
Yeah. Who's going first?
Like Broncos.
You got Broncos?
Yeah.
I've actually got Warriors. They finished below the Broncos.
They were worse than the Broncos.
They were worse,
Yeah.
and I expected a lot from the coach of the year,
Yeah.
Webster.
I'm with Artie.
The only reason I say Broncos, because of the list.
They
But,
took the shadow off the Warriors. Honestly,
yeah.
If Broncos had a good season, everyone would be talking about the Warriors, how shit they were. But
Yeah.
Broncos,
Well, they better
Overshadowed
they
it.
better pull their socks up next year because you expect both those teams to be in the 8 at least, in the 8.
George, what was your highlight of the season?
Origin 3. Origin 3 was brutal. And I put it down to one of the best games I ever saw. So so I'm going on Origin 3.
Artie?
it's funny.
Highlight of the season?
It's funny about this, right? Because I just said the most overachieving team. But anyway, the Dragons beating Melbourne was my highlight. Because I haven't seen them beat Melbourne for so long. And to beat them in Melbourne against a full-strength Melbourne, that to me that made my night, my year, that game. That was just awesome.
For me, it was Brad Arthur sacking. No, I'm joking. Actually, you know what? My highlight, something I was really happy about, we're looking at it right now, was Mitchell Moses in the State of Origin. Finally getting, I think, the recognition he deserves.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's my highlight.
And can I just say something that him making the Australian team rings volume of his progression and undoubtedly the best half in the game.
Yeah, well, he hasn't played much this season at all.
Yeah. I still think he's the best half in the game.
Arthur, what would you call the try this season?
Oh, man.
Sorry, what were you going to say?
No, I was just going to say, I'd rather you go somewhere else first because mine's going to sound too biased.
No,
George.
go for it.
Mine's
it to us.
biased again.
Don't worry, man.
There was a game where St. George were playing the Knights and Zach Lomax was literally thrown out over the sideline.
Yeah,
and he
great
flicked
try.
past it behind his
Great
back.
try, I remember it.
Went about 10 metres towards Ben Hunt into his guts and he scored. It was a freakish pass. It was one of the most freakish passes I've seen. So that was my try of the.
I loved it.
Yours, it's got to be Horsburgh for you, isn't it?
Well, I was just gonna say. I called it when it happened, and I'm gonna stick to my guns. The guy was playing against St. George. Actually, was it the last round?
Yes, it
was the
was.
last round, and Horsburgh came on, and he sort of kicked, and he went through the line, and somehow he had the ball in his hand. He couldn't work out how he had it. He didn't believe he had it. Brilliance, absolute brilliance. Big skill for Horsburgh, and he dives over. So that, by far, for me, is the best try of the year. And you got to see it. I know you haven't seen it. You've got to watch it.
No, I did see it. Mine could be a little bit contentious because I'm pretty sure it was at the start of this season. It might have been last, but I'm pretty sure it was at the start. It was the Xavier Coates in the corner where he flew up
First
in
round,
the air.
first game, wasn't it?
Was it? Yeah, so it was this season, yeah?
Yeah, it was definitely this
Second or third game, yeah.
That was my try
That was
of the
awesome.
season.
Yeah.
It was in Melbourne, I think. It was in Melbourne.
Game of the year, Arthur.
Game 3, State of Origin. I thought that Blues, 2 tries in 64th, 67th minute to win the game against the Maroons, keeping them tryless. Phenomenal effort.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with Hardy.
Yeah.
Game 3, it was the best game of the year by far.
I actually had finals week 1 Cowboys Knights.
Yeah, I was thinking of that one too.
That was my favourite game of the
It was
season.
entertaining.
Yeah.
Was it? Yeah, absolutely. It was
I was
entertaining
tossing
game.
between them two, Nico.
Yeah. Coach under pressure for next season.
We're going to be different here. Okay.
I know who I've got, and I've got a feeling you got the same one.
Yeah. Is it the guy that's going to go to Bali mid-season?
No.
Benji?
Oh no, actually, I don't think he's under pressure next year.
I think Benji might be under pressure
Yeah.
because if he gets a 4th spoon or whatever, I think.
It's his second year.
I know it's his second year, but if he doesn't get at least mid-table, if they don't get no improvement at all, I think he might.
They will.
They
I
have
hope
to
they
with the
do. I
cattle.
really
with
don't
the
want
cattle, they have to.
Yeah, I know. I don't want Benji to get the sack. I love the guy.
You can see Luai doing an ACL in preseason.
Oh, no.
But the media-
I'm just saying.
No.
I'm not trying to put the mocker on him at all.
No,
Right?
we don't want
the
that.
media are going to be going hard on Benji all
will.
year
This-
from the start. Buzz everyone.
Yeah.
If he goes to training at 9:30, they'll be saying you went to training at 8. They're going to just throw so much shit at Benji.
I think last.
crazy.
I think this season he got to get a jail card like a honeymoon. I think next year he might be under a little bit of pressure, Benji.
Is that who you
But
got?
I don't think he's going to get sacked.
I
think,
hope not.
I honestly, this is going to sound very controversial. It hasn't even started. I think Madge.
Yeah. Okay.
And the only reason is,
wow.
well, you know, I think about it. The board's
You
this
really got it in for the Broncos, don't you?
No, I haven't. You know, with that list, listen to me, everybody. With that list, they should be winning comps every year. Far talent, the most talented team in the competition. That's why I suggest what I suggest about this team. Now, Madge, if you think about the disconnected board and they want results and they want results now, that's why they got rid of what's his name, okay? Because they want results now, okay? A fractured team, they're expecting to get Madge. We're going to make top 4, and I think top 4 or nothing. So I think he might be under pressure. I'm not saying he's going to lose his job because he's signed for 5 years. And I believe
3 years.
3 years,
Yeah.
okay. And I believe he's going to change that team's fortunes tenfold. But I think he might be under pressure from day one.
I have Webster at the Warriors.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
they were terrible. They were terrible this year.
Last point, boys. Last point. Rookie of the year.
My rookie of the year goes to the guy that should have got it in the Dally M's but didn't because of controversial point system. Lachlan Galvin. Disqualified for a hip drop. The kid doesn't probably know what one is, but
It was a bad hip drop.
it was a bad hip drop. But yeah, because of that, he missed out on points. But he was the best youngster for me all year.
At his age, Galvin, what I saw, he in his mid-20s, we're going to have a lot of conversations about him being the very best player in the competition. He's the rookie of the year, and watch his space. He's going to be something special, something out of the box.
And he's got Luai with him next year.
Yeah, he's going to learn so much.
God,
He's
how
gonna-
good's
So that
that?
means Luai's playing 7, right?
Yeah, he's playing 7. He's
Yeah.
going out to play 7. Yeah, apparently.
Oh,
Well, I've got Lachlan Galvin as well.
there you go.
And I really hate that if you get a suspension, you're ruled out of
Yeah.
the... That's just ridiculous.
It's supposed
I
to
mean,
be best and fairest. Is that the same for Dally M?
Probably.
Yeah. It's supposed to be best and fairest. Yeah.
And that's all we have on the run sheet, fellas.
There you go.
Now it's
Manoli's team of the year.
Yeah.
Manoli's team of the year. All right. Well, listen, last week we did our Daily M's predictions for who's going to win, right?
Yeah.
So I'll give you the rundown on that. So fullback, right? Winner was Teddy. Me and Georgie got it spot on.
Yeah, good.
Nick and Tanya, you went Hammer and Dylan.
Okay.
Okay. Winger of the year. Right, we all got it right. A couple of us said Brian To'o, the others said Zach Lomax. They both got it, so we got it right there. Centre of the year. Crichton and Val Holmes got selected for Daily M's. Poor Tanya, she had Katoni Stagg, so poor T. You missed out on that one. 5'8". We all went Tom Dearden except for George. You went Luai.
I went Jerome, yeah.
Yeah, so you didn't get that one.
I didn't get it, no.
Halfback of the year, we all went Hughes. So that was a pretty straight swap. I think that's the only one we all agreed on. Hooker, Tanya, you're the only one who got it right. Harry Grant. We all said Reece Robson. Did you know that?
Yeah, no.
What
Well,
a
I
killer.
can't
Did
we?
remember, yeah.
There you go. So Tanya, Katoni Staggs, you got us back for that one.
Go
so
T.
there you go. Prop of the year went to Fanul Blake and Tapane, and we all picked one of those. So we all got that one right. Second rower, Zayo. We all went Zayo. So we all got that one right.
By far.
Captain, did I do that? Yep. Captain of the year was Crichton, George, and Nickel. You got that right. Me and Tanya picked Zayo, so we got that wrong. And coach of the year, we all went Cleary. Rookie, the Boss Hog.
Boss Hog.
Boss Hog. So Nick and Tanya got that one right. You said Kyle Arrow, and I said Ethan Strange. So the end tally is Nick wins everything because he even won that as well. Nick got 9, and we all got 8. So Nick, let us win something, mate. Let us win something, please.
I tell you guys, second place is the first
Freaking
loser.
hell.
He swept the year again.
Freaking
I
hell.
think he did that last year as well. I
Jesus.
think he did that last year.
Manoli's team of the year.
Yeah, what do you got
If
there?
you're going to compare it to the Daily M team of the year,
Yeah.
he got the fullback Tedesco right.
Yep.
He got Zach Lomax right, one of the wingers. He only picked one player for the. He picked that one right. He got the hammer wrong. He said the hammer, the actual Herbie Farmworth got it. So he got the same team, but the wrong player.
Yeah. He probably didn't read the numbers properly.
That's it. He didn't read the
wear his
numbers.
glasses.
Probably blind. I don't
Glasses,
know.
yeah.
The other centre he picked Crichton, so he got that spot on, which was good. The winger, Manoli went for the Gold Coast Titans guy, top try scorer,
Top play.
Pereira, but To'o got the Daily M, so he missed out on that one. He got the 5'8" and halfback Dearden and Hughes spot on.
Yeah, he's footy.
Yeah, he does. He got the lock wrong. He put Carrigan but the actual winner was Isaiah Yo. So maybe it's the hair. I think Josephina wants to made him pick that one. Second rower, he got Angus Crichton right, but he picked Kikau, and the actual other winner was Katoa. So Manoli got that one wrong. The prop, he had Tapane, so he got that one right. But then he got the hooker and other prop wrong. He had Reece Robson and Mitch Barnett. And the other winners were Harry Grant and Aladdin Disney. So he got, 5 wrong. Out of all that, he got, 6 out of the 13 incorrect. So he did a not bad job. What do you reckon?
Good.
It's okay?
Pretty good. He knows his stuff.
There you go. Now, do you want to know who won the team's actual player of the year for each team?
Yes, please.
Okay, compared to Manoli's?
Yes.
All right, Melbourne's best player was Jerome Hughes.
Okay.
So we'll pick that. Manoli picked that. He actually got it. Panthers. Who got the Panthers player of the year?
Yeah.
Do you know? Yo. You got it? Yeah. He picked Dylan Edwards, so he got that one wrong. Roosters, that's Manoli's team. He got that one right. Tedesco.
Teddy. Yeah.
They got it. But he got a few others wrong. Sharks, he put Brinton Nakora.
He got it.
Blake Brayley actually got it. Do you agree with that?
He was outstanding. Honestly, he was outstanding. He's improved so much, and he's going to keep on improving. And I thought the one who went to Newcastle, I'm not sure of his first name, but he's his brother. Yeah. I thought he was the one, but I think now the Cronulla one's is the one. Yeah. They're both good, but they're both outstanding.
Yeah,
So
I want to see if you guys agree with Manoli's tip or the Daily M, right? Or the Canterbury, tip, right? Canterbury's player of the year, he got it wrong. Manoli put Stephen Crichton, but Canterbury actually had Kikau as their player of the year.
No, I'd go Crichton.
Yeah. Interesting one, that one, isn't it?
Yeah,
I'll
I'd
go
go
Crichton
Crichton.
too.
Yeah. So Manoli, I thought got gutted there. He got wrong. Now, this is another one controversial. Seagulls. Manoli put DCE. Guess who got the player of the year in Manly?
The back row. Yeah.
No. Tommy Turbo.
How?
What?
He
What
got
did-
the
what
play-
did he do?
He got the Bob Fulton whatever medal for Manly.
For me, that's absurd.
So I think Manoli's getting him more correct than the actual
I
clubs.
think
For
so.
me, that's absurd.
It is.
That's strange.
Now, Dolphins, he's kicking himself with this one. He put the Hammer as his best player. The actual award went to Max Platt.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, I agree with
just
that.
for hard
I
work.
agree with that,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, when you think about it, just for hard work.
He got the Cowboys one right, Tom Dearden.
Yeah.
He got
just incidentally, this is Platt's second season, isn't it?
Yeah, he
'Cause-
played a handful of games in 2023.
Because I was looking at him for rookie of the
Me
year,
too.
but I didn't because it wasn't his first
Exactly,
year.
man.
Yeah.
He
I think he
played-
played a handful of games only.
Played 8, I think 6 or 8.
Far out. For St George, he put Zach Lomax as his player of the year. Nah, Sewer got it. Jaden Sewer. And I agree with that one. I think Sewer was pretty good.
So
Yeah.
he carved up.
Newcastle, he put Bradman best.
Yeah.
He didn't get it. No, Dane Gagai got player of the year.
Yeah.
Right,
Well,
Congo didn't
nice.
get it, George.
Huh? Yeah. For 6 games.
Raiders, he got that one wrong. He gave it to either Ethan Strange or Weeks, but the actual winner was Joseph Tapane.
Tapane, yeah,
And that's one of his favourite players. So
I
I'm
agree with that.
surprised he
I
didn't
agree
say
with
that. Now, Broncos haven't announced their player of the year yet.
Haven't.
No, TBC. So he's put Carrigan in there. Whether he gets it or not, I don't know. He got the Titans spot on.
Be on the money.
Who do you reckon got the Titans one by the club?
What's that? The winger.
The winger?
Oh,
Pereira?
what's his name? The guy who scored all those.
Pereira?
tries.
Pereira?
Yeah.
Khan?
Yeah.
No, Keano Keeney.
Keeney, that's the one. That's
The
one,
fullback.
man. Oh, the
He's
fullback.
Yeah.
Yes.
He
yes.
got the player. Who got the Warriors one?
Mitch Barnett. Oh, no, Aladdin.
He said Rick James. Manoli said Rick James. No, Mitch Barnett.
Mitch Barnett.
He got the award. 3 more to go, guys. Rabbitohs, he said Damien Cook. Jack Whiten got it.
Yeah, Jack killed.
He got the, yeah. And the Eels, who got the Eels one? Do you know? Who got their player of the year?
I should know, shouldn't I?
Did
I
the
don't.
lot get it?
The guy that they got rid of, RCG. Who just signed with the Titans.
I
It's
know.
confirmed.
Yeah, fair enough.
I know, and that honestly, the Titans for next year, I expect with Desi, I expect them to improve a whole heap, whole heap. Yeah, I'm not sure if they can make the 8, but I expect them to improve, to be more stable.
Yeah.
I do.
And the lucky last, he had Lachlan Galvin as the West's player, but
Is that
they
right?
still haven't announced the award for that one yet.
Okay.
I think
So-
I think he's a shoe-in.
Shoo-in?
Yeah.
So,
So
he
who
got,
else could that be? Yeah.
yeah. So he got 4 out of 17, so he didn't have a really good one with that one. Bit of shocker. Unless Carrigan and Galvin come through, then he gets the 6, but
They probably will.
shocker. And that's it for me, man.
That's it.
That's it. Well, that's it for me.
Oh, okay. So this is our last show, obviously for the season. We
Yeah.
might not do things off the bench. We haven't discussed it. We've spoken. I'm trying to get.
We'll do a few off the benches over the summer,
Yeah, well, I'm trying to get you guys sort of come in and do a wrestling one.
and we will.
And I'm sure you guys will do another soccer one, maybe mid-season, the January window there,
Yeah.
or
Why
I'll
don't we
get you back
do
in
it now? Napoli's at the top of the table,
Are they?
so let's
Yeah,
do
and
it
Liverpool.
now.
We can do
Oh,
Liverpool.
they keep on winning.
and
Good,
Napoli.
good. So look, this year in terms of listenership, we're all humbled. And
Yeah.
look, originally we did this. It started with Artie and me, and we got Nick and me, and then we amalgamated, and now we got a new friend, a long-term friend for Nico, but a new friend for me and Artie, and she's a vital part of the show. And today I feel lost without her.
She's awesome. She's awesome.
yeah,
and we're missing her.
We missed out.
T's amazing.
Yeah.
Again, we didn't do it for the listenership, but we're happy that we entertain people, and it's obvious we do with our numbers and with some correspondence we get. Today, I got asked, Artie, about Manoli, and I go, he's fictional. He goes, no, my
It's not fictional.
He's not fictional.
Okay, I should say. I got asked about Manoli, and I got asked about.
You know what Manoli's like? Remember the show Home Improvement?
Yeah,
Remember the next door neighbour?
yeah.
You never saw his
Oh
face.
yeah. Well,
Behind the
that's it.
fence?
Yeah.
I got asked about
Dickie Nee
Manoli.
from
Dickie Nee.
I got asked about the Gossip Queen.
yes.
And I got asked about Sashin. And I had to.
We could do off the bench with those three. We'll do
Build a
those.
bit?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so we got
So people can learn about them.
people are engaging, and like I said, I'm humbled, and I can't believe people want to listen to us, but there you go, they do,
Yeah,
Nicola, they do.
They do. And look, over the summer, we'll throw out a few off the benches. We'll spin out some, and we'll recycle some shorts from during the season just to remind people of what they're missing. And look forward to a brand new 25 with which I'll start like I do every season with a ton of optimism for about a month.
Yeah.
About a month.
Now, I wanted to say something, right? Now that we've got Tanya, the streak is going to continue. It's going to be even better because we've got four
Yeah,
teams.
4 teams. Yeah.
So we've got 4 chances to not lose.
The
So
streak is that one of our teams wins.
that's
the
it.
round.
Thank God,
Each
hey, we've
round.
got 4 teams. Thank
4
God,
teams now
thank
to bank
God.
on, which is good.
And one of us has to have a bye every one of those weeks. Yeah. Surely.
Well, this year, just to let everyone know, we only missed out on round 2 where all our teams lost.
Yeah.
Really?
But apart from that, we went through 27 rounds. with one
We've
loss.
done it.
We did all right.
Yeah, and again, just on behalf of Tanya, who I spoke to just before we got on tonight, she was really sorry that she couldn't be here tonight, but she's stoked to be part of the crew next year, and can't wait.
We'll tell you, we're getting correspondence from your hometown, Brizzy Town there, and you've got fans already. They're jumping on board, and I think the bump we got is indirectly / directly from your input in terms of your people or what you bring to the show. So I think you've improved the show, and not only you've improved the show. You as a human, bring an aura to the show, which makes me, Artie, and long-term friend here, Nicola, feel better. So look, we can't wait to come back next year and have you back on. This is every week we get together, and it's the reason I do the pod, because I see Artie, because now I'm going to see Artie at best every fortnight probably, and Nicola the same thing. We got some because he's my brother-in-law. We got events coming up, so I'll see Artie.
Christmas.
Yeah, I see Artie. I see Nicola back into the year because of the functions, but. That's the biggest reason I did it originally, just to see two of my best friends. So that's that. I want to thank the boy Wonder. He's got a job as well. He feels bad when he doesn't do some things sometimes, and he's always trying. And if you go to YouTube, you'll see the little video he cut up and the song he did, or the entry he did it himself. I don't have to. I do not ask him, and nor do I tell him to do anything. It's all the boy wonder
Yeah,
and the shorts.
Some of the shorts that he's done,
Yeah.
some of the client shout outs that Tanya's done, she's gotten the feedback. She goes, "Wow, did you have that done professionally?"
It's pretty good.
And that's just how good he is. And,
Yeah, so
and
it's-
he's only just getting started.
Yeah. Nico's sister, my wife, before the pod, weekly feeds us, and the conversation regarding the food starts the minute Nico walks out the door on the Tuesday or Wednesday usually. We stay up a little bit late doing this pod, so sometimes if we're slurring our words, we've got up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning and it's 11 o'clock and we're still doing the pod.
Yeah.
So I thank the boys for doing it, and look, it's a part of my life now. So thank you guys, and thank you listeners. We're humbled that you guys are sticking with us, and I hope we entertain, and that's our main. We aim to entertain you and put a smile on your face. It's a rugby league show / variety with Artie and me.
Well, yeah. And yeah, if you want to provide feedback on what you want to see more of, or if you want us to do anything
more,
extra or anything like that, let us know.
Just
Happy
send-
to hear your
yeah, just
feedback.
contact us. Just,
Absolutely.
it'd be nice to see some comments about me that aren't abusive. So,
Yeah. So that's me, Nicola.
that's it. That's episode 91, season 24 in the can, in the bag. It's a wrap. We'd like to thank everyone again for supporting us and following us and listening to us. And we look forward to seeing everyone again right here back in probably late February, early March next year.
And keep your ears out for Off the Bench. There will be
Yes.
episodes. There will be something doing.
We'll keep the rules spinning over the summer.
That's it.
Thank you and good night.
Good night, everyone, and thank you very much for 2024.
Happy Rugby League, everybody.
Rugby League.
Bye.